Now this is a first. Today we're going to talk about a USB flash drive, and I haven't reviewed a USB flash drive so far, so it's definitely going to be a first. But to be honest, this isn't your regular USB drive or USB stick or flash drive. This is something quite outstanding, and I've done some benchmarks, and you'll be quite positively surprised when I get in more details with this one. So this is TEAMGROUP's T4 Spark LED portable storage with connectivity USB 3.2 generation 2, and you have three sizes. You have 256, 512 gigabytes and 1 terabyte of storage, so you can choose whatever suits your needs. What they say on their official website is quite interesting, stating that zero waiting time with ultra-fast transmission speeds. Well, of course, we are going to check that out with all the possible synthetic and real-life benchmarks. Can't go without those, of course. But as always, we have to go through some features and specifications to see what can we expect from this USB flash drive, which will definitely give us some more insight. So T4 Spark LED is using, as I already mentioned, USB 3.2 generation 2 standard, which enables speeds going up to 1000 megabytes per second, basically 1 gigabit per second read and 800 megabytes per second write. What that means is it takes 30 seconds to transfer a 10 gigabyte file. Because of its storage capacity, you can basically store games on it, and because of the speeds, it should handle it without a problem. It has a cool design with an easy slide for a single hand use, of course, cool. The outstanding part is that it supports multiple platforms such as desktop computers, laptops, PlayStation, Xbox and more. This is maybe the first USB flash drive with LED lights, but you can always correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section, of course, if you know some else USB flash drive that does have that. To top it all, you have 5-year limited warranty on this one. Part of the specifications you already know from the initial part of the video, but let's go through the rest. So it comes only in black version. Operation temperature is from 0 to 70 Celsius degrees, and the storage temperature is from -20 to 85 Celsius degrees. Total weight is barely noticeable with 25 grams, and dimensions are 60.9 times 20.4 times 8.6 millimeters. Now let's dive into benchmark. So we have a copy of that 19.1 gigabyte file that should be less than 60 seconds concerning the statement right on their website. So the write speed went up to 730 megabytes per second. They stated up to, so it's quite alright. But the read speed, this is some shocker. I don't know how this happened, but what I managed to grab, and this was a single file, 19.1 gigabyte, it was reading 4.26 gigabytes per second, which was outstanding, of course. Now we have synthetic benchmarks as well, so ASSSD read goes up to 882.29 megabytes per second, while the write speed goes up to 789.49 megabytes per second. Auto disk benchmark read speeds go up to 975.24 megabytes per second, while the write speeds go up to 918.79 megabytes per second. In Crystal Disk Mark, we have read speeds going up to 961.60 megabytes per second, while the write speeds go up to 836.43. Now, what's interesting here is that the USB flash drive from TEAMGROUP, the Spark LED, kind of varies in those synthetic benchmarks. It reaches almost 1000 megabytes per second, but in some synthetic benchmarks it goes well over 800 megabytes per second, reaching even almost 950 megabytes per second, which is honestly quite outstanding, and I would say really impressive to top it all. But what I did is I installed Witcher 3 Next Gen on this Spark USB 3.2, and I wanted to see, first of all, the download speeds and the installation process and everything, which you can see from a close-up, how the speeds even went up to 1.1 gigabyte per second. I would say the average was 950 megabytes per second. When gaming, well, you also have a recording from that. There was no stuttering, there was no issues, there was no problems, and I would say this is quite cool. I mean, you have to admit that it really is impressive, because with the USB storage, with USB flash drive, you can add additional storage for your games on your PC, Xbox, PlayStation, or whatever you desire. Everything was consistent in the game and nothing was out of the ordinary when comparing a standard SSD gaming, when you place your installation on your SSD and then you game on it, and going with the USB flash drive, because the speeds are there, eventually some loading times, comparing it to the Gen 4 x 4 SSD, and all in all what I can say is that it delivered what they stated. Not surprised, to be honest, because we are talking about TEAMGROUP product, and the Spark LED USB flash drive is a cool one. Not to mention that I never expected to review a USB flash drive, but there is always a first for everything, and this one was fun to test out for sure. So if you find this interesting, or if you find this helpful to expand your storage on your console or PC quite quickly and quite easily, I would say, you can check out the link in the description, because there's a direct link for this product where you can check out more details about it and eventually the price and everything else that you need to know. Finally, don't forget to pump up those numbers on the channel by subscribing, hitting the like button underneath the video, and finally ringing the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Thank you for watching. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.